Yo, I am back. Um, I was sick over the weekend, but I did watch a lot of football. Let's just say that. First, we're gonna get into the Saturday games. The first game I want to talk about the number one ranked Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the number 17 ranked Illinois Fighting Illini in Memorial Stadium in Champaign. Ohio State dominated this game. This game was not really close for a good portion of the game. Ohio State dominates. The final score was 34-16, Ohio State. But in reality, it was like 34-10. Ohio State dominated. Was not expecting domination from Ohio State. I was expecting a closer game than this, but Ohio State forced like 3-4 turnovers. The Jermaine Matthews strip sack, the interception at the beginning of the game from Peyton Pierce, that was huge. Just an all-around dominant win from Ohio State. And, Ohio State remains undefeated. They likely will until the Michigan game. I feel like that's when the biggest game of the biggest game of the season comes for both teams. Next game I wanted to talk about is Alabama. Number 8 Alabama visiting number 14 Missouri. Alabama won this game 27-24. In a very close game. I was expecting this to be kind of a game controlled by Alabama, but Missouri did fight, and Missouri kept fighting back. And Alabama wins by 3, but I felt like Missouri's a good team. And Missouri really just put up a major fight. More of a fight than I was expecting them to. And Missouri looks really good. Even though they've taken a loss now, I feel like Missouri could be in conversation with the SEC title spot at the end of the year. Overall, great game, close game, and Alabama winds up pulling away. 27-24. Next game I want to talk about is USC at home taking on number 15 ranked Michigan. I was not expecting this dominant of a performance by USC. USC controlled the game. They dominated the game. It's safe to say. That's a summary of the game. Whoever the hell that third string running back for USC was, he was on a perk. They put that third string running back in, and it seemed like the game changed. King Miller, 180 yards, I think, on the ground. I mean, that's crazy. USC's ground game was just too much for Michigan. They couldn't stop it. And I'm going to say this straight up. If you are facing Michigan, you have to win the line of scrimmage. If you win the line of scrimmage against Michigan, you win the turnover battle, you're going to win the game. I mean, it's that simple. Those are the two ways to beat Michigan and control the game against them. Michigan is a line of scrimmage football team. They want to win the line of scrimmage. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage against you. That's how Michigan beat Ohio State last year, is they dominated the line of scrimmage. I don't think that'll happen this year, but we'll get into that when that game comes. Just an all-around dominant performance from USC. And Malachi Lemon, he's an insane receiver. Malachi Lemon is probably one of the best Big Ten receivers I have seen. He is so good. The fact that he isn't viewed as a top 5 receiver in college football right now is beyond me. He is an amazing receiver and definitely top 5. Next game I want to talk about is number 6. Alright. Oklahoma, Texas. My video paused because of storage. It's frustrating. But number 6 ranked Oklahoma versus unranked Texas. 3-2 Texas. I'm shocked at this game, to say the least. John Mater did play, which was shocking to begin with. I did not expect him to play. And it's safe to say Mater did play, and he pissed his pants. John Mater threw 3 picks, I believe. I had like 3 screens up. I was watching the Penn State game, which we'll get into, the Oregon-Indiana game, which we'll get into, and then this game, the Red River rivalry game. That Mater threw 3 picks, and Texas dominated. Texas dominated Oklahoma. This game was close for like 3 quarters, but in the second half, Oklahoma just folded in the second half. Texas won that game. I believe it was like 23-6, Texas. I'm shocked, to say the least. I do believe Oklahoma they're still going to be in it at the end. A loss to Oklahoma is not going to derail Oklahoma's hopes for the season, but still a shocking loss for Oklahoma. And they just got dominated this game. Texas controlled every factor of the game, and Texas wins 23-6. Next game was Northwestern, unranked Northwestern, 3-2 Northwestern, visiting unranked 3-2 Penn State. Obviously, this game, you look at it on paper, Penn State would obviously win, right? 22, 23 points. As I'm recording this, James Franklin is unemployed. He got fired. Try to fucking guess, without me putting the score on the screen, what happened. This is the biggest downfall I've ever seen. Penn State headed into this game as 21.5 point favorites over a Northwestern team, remind you, that could barely beat UCLA before UCLA rose from the fucking dead. And Northwestern came into Beaver Stadium on the road and piss-whacked Penn State 22-21. I have nothing to say. Penn State is awful. And Drew Aller, prayers up to Drew Aller. He's out for the season. A season-ending injury for Drew Aller. But there is no excuse out of anybody in that program that you should lose, that they lost to Northwestern 22-21 at home. At home. I mean, that is crazy. It's absolutely nuts. I have nothing to say. Northwestern shocks Penn State. Unbelievable, man. Next game, Indiana, number 7 Indiana, visiting number 3 Oregon. Game of the week, Saturday. And I'm surprised. My prediction... Okay, so I predicted a 7-point Oregon win. Indiana, this was a very close game. This is a close game for 3 quarters. I mean, for 3 quarters, this was neck and neck. And then the fourth quarter came. And Indiana just straight up dominated Oregon in the fourth quarter. And Indiana pulls away, and Indiana wins 30-20 in a shocker in Autzen, to say the least. I mean, this game, nobody was expecting Indiana to come into Autzen Stadium and win like they did. And to Cignetti and Indiana's credit, they did. And Indiana is one of the best teams in college football. Indiana is the second best team in college football outside of Ohio State. I think it's Ohio State number 1, Indiana number 2, and Miami number 3. This was a dominant fourth quarter for Indiana. And Indiana gets it done. Credit to Cignetti, credit to their whole program. Indiana has been revived by Cignetti. This is a revived program, and they're no longer a basketball team, and they're one of the best teams in the sport. And Oregon, it's a devastating loss for them, especially in Big Ten play. Now if Ohio State goes undefeated, Oregon is not going to be able to Oregon's not going to make the Big Ten title game. So Ohio State would have to lose a game for Oregon to even have a chance in making the Big Ten championship game. So yeah, devastating loss for Oregon. Pretty much takes Oregon's hopes of making the Big Ten title game away. I would say I don't think Oregon's going to make the Big Ten championship game now. I think it's Ohio State and Indiana is going to wind up being the Big Ten championship. Yeah, it's just my thoughts. Great win for Indiana and just their whole program. Now I want to get into Sunday's games. This was a great slate yesterday. Sorry guys, the video cut out again. I'm gonna kill myself. So yeah, Sunday slate. We had the Colts and Cardinals. I want to get into this game because this was interesting. In warm-ups, you had Anthony Richardson somehow hit himself in the eye with an exercise band, so he got ruled out. And then you had Tre'Davious Ward, who ran into his own teammates, got a concussion in warm-ups. So now he's probably out for that game. He was out for that game, and he's probably going to be doubtful to play on Sunday this week. Crazy shit. But Jacoby Brissett, to his credit, led this Cardinals team into a very close game. This was a neck-and-neck game. I don't know everything that happened in this game. I do watch Red Zone, so whenever they get close to scoring, it turns over to there. But a close game from what I saw. Both teams were really going neck-and-neck, score for score. And at the end of the day, the Colts were able to pull out a close victory. I believe the score was like 31-27, something like that. Colts look like a very good team. 5-1 now are the Colts. They just look very good. A very good win for the Colts. Next we have the Cardinals and the Seahawks and the Jaguars. This game, I saw this was a really, kind of boring, kind of sluggish offensive game. The Seahawks, I believe, wound up winning this game 20-12, I believe. By the way, Jackson Smith-Njigba is probably the best receiver in the league, and people are not ready to have that conversation. But the Seahawks wound up pulling a sluggish victory, 20-12. Darnold played well, and JSN, man, probably the best receiver in the league. Just a great game for him. Next up, the Sunday Night Football game, the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Detroit Lions. This game, it was close for a half. It was close for really 2.5 quarters until the Chiefs pulled away. And the Chiefs wound up winning 30-17 over the Lions. I was expecting a Lions victory. I predicted the Lions to win. Did not expect the Chiefs to win this game. But it is a great bounce back win for the Chiefs, especially if they're coming off that last minute loss to the Jags on Monday Night Football. Great win for the Chiefs. Kansas City now 3-3 on the season. Obviously, this is season's not near over for the Chiefs. Chiefs are still one of the best teams in the league. But I do feel like the Lions sort of got fraud checked. The Lions really just got exposed on the line of scrimmage. They could not hold up against the Kansas City run game. The pass game was flowing in all cylinders for the Chiefs. Chiefs all around in all cylinders played really well this game, and that allowed them to pull away for a 30-17 win. Lions still obviously now at 4-2. They still have a whole season ahead of them. Lions are definitely going to be a 12-13 win team. Lions are a very good team. I just genuinely think they got fraud checked. Next game I want to get into, we had the Bengals and the Packers, a late window game, on at 4:25 Eastern my time. This was sort of like a game where the Packers dominated the first half. A dominant effort from the Packers in the first half. It was like 10-0 at halftime, Green Bay. And then the Bengals started inching their way closer and closer in the second half. Obviously, the Packers end up winning 27-18, but the Bengals look revived. Bengals now at 2-4. But they do look revived. The Bengals have looked better this game than they have all season, in my opinion. They really fought back into this game, and they made it not an easy win for the Packers. Struggled with the Bengals. I do believe the Bengals are not going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. They're probably only going to get maybe 6-7 wins. But this Bengals team, if they had Joe Burrow, would definitely be a playoff team. But with Burrow out, this team's not going to make the playoffs, obviously. But just a great effort from Cincinnati, but still the Packers victory 27-18 nonetheless. Next game, we had the 49ers visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. This game was neck and neck, I would say, for 3 quarters. It was 20-19 at one point, and then Tampa Bay scored a touchdown, and then that was pretty much it from there. A 27-19, I believe, Tampa Bay victory over the 49ers. Both these teams are good teams. I expect both these teams to be playoff teams. Buccaneers are one of my Super Bowl favorites. In my opinion, I think they're a very good team. And definitely a team to look out for. And Buccaneers wound up getting the victory. Close game until the fourth quarter when the Buccaneers started pulling away. And a Buccaneers victory. And then the last games I want to get into are tonight. We have the doubleheader, Monday Night Football prime time, the doubleheader. The Bills-Falcons on at 7, I do believe, on my time. I think this game. I really do feel like the Bills are just gonna dominate this game. I think the Bills are all around a better football team than the Falcons are, and that is why I'm probably gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna say 27 to 14. I would say 27 to 13 Bills. I think the Bills get a double-digit win here tonight. I just think the Bills are all around better football team, and I think the Bills are going to dominate the Falcons 27 to 13. All right, got 2 terabytes of fucking space for no reason. Yeah, just feel like it's gonna be a dominant game of the Bills. And then the other game, Alexa, who's playing tonight on Monday Night Football?
The Bills and the Falcons will face off in the Monday Night Football game this evening at 7:15 p.m. The game will be shown on
Alexa,
ESPN.
Who else is playing on Monday Night Football?
The Bills and the Falcons will face off in the Monday Night Football
Okay, yeah,
game
she's
this evening
useless.
at 7:15 p.m. The game will be shown on ESPN.
I will preview the other game here. With the Bears and the Commanders. I believe the Commanders are going to win this game. I think this will be a close game. I think it'll be closer than people expect. I'm going to take the Commanders 27 to 20. I'm going to say 27 to 20 Commanders. I just think they're a better team. Really same thing as Bills Falcons. This is like Commanders are better than the Bears right now. So that is why I'm taking the Bears 27 to 20. And yeah, that'll be it for the Monday Night Football preview, and then the Saturday and Sunday recap. A lot of great games Saturday, a lot of great games happen on Sunday. And yeah, appreciate you guys for watching my videos, liking, subbing, all that. Appreciate you guys so much. I will be back Wednesday for a Monday Night Football recap, and then a Saturday preview, and a Sunday preview will be Friday. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday.